Wrong by Nico and Vince. It is 7:40 on the DOT, and you know what time it is? It is time for the Morning Bus Show on Unicarry International 103.5 FM. My name is Sharon Antagaita, and I'm one of the people that is going to give you a smooth drive through your morning, be your morning companion while you commute to work, commute to school, commute to where you do your business, your workplaces, also in the university space too. I am here to give you a smooth drive through your morning. And I don't do this alone. I do this with Obi Thompson on the show today. So how are you doing today? What's going on in your areas? What's going on in your hostel spaces? Was there lights? Did you wake up on the wrong side of the bed or the right side of the bed? Well, I didn't quite wake up on the right side of the bed, but I'm still here to make sure that your morning goes smoothly well because all of us have to have a very beautiful, beautiful morning so that the day is going to go as smoothly as possible. How are you doing today? What's going on? Was it light in your area? Or have they cleared the refuse around your area? Or is it still the same? Is there any new development whatsoever that you want to that you want to raise concerns over, that you want to be fixed immediately? Get to talk to us, get to call us on 0809 4444 058, 0809 4444 058. So like I said, I am not alone. I'm with Obi Thompson on the show today. So Obi Thompson, good morning. How are you doing this morning?
Good morning, Sharon. Good morning, Malabites and Malapresses. Good morning to our very listeners all over the world. It's such a beautiful time to be here once again. I am fine. And how are you doing too?
I'm okay. I'm
Yeah,
alright.
notice you're sneezing, so we're asking,
Mm.
what happened? You took so much cold, drinks, cold water, slept on the fan, you slept on the floor as usual, and all of that.
No, I something else happened, but I'll be fine. I'll be alright.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen. But just hope so too. But you have to seek medical attention as well.
Yeah, most definitely because I really need it. I've actually reached my breaking point and I
Okay.
need it. But anyways, how are you doing this morning? Like what's going on? Did they bring lights in your area or you slept in darkness and woke up in darkness like me?
Yeah, for us, we actually had light all through the night, and then surprising how this. Well, should I use the word surprising? Yeah, surprising how these days we literally just stay all night with light. So that thing where you see the light, and then before you know, you begin to panic. Like,
Mm,
are we gonna see it in the next 2 3 days,
yeah.
or is this gonna be something like after now? We're not gonna see it again, and all of that. So those kind of surprises. Well, it's okay. We had light, so I just hope that some people also had light as well.
I hope so. I didn't have lights. I
Sorry
didn't come
about
back to
that. So
me
you have to
like
relocate.
I didn't come back to me. I think I met the light. I saw the light at the roundabout, but then when I walked inside my house, they had taken the lights, and it was very painful because it's a
Mm-mm.
long walk. So
Sorry.
imagine having hope that there's lights at the beginning of the tunnel, and then reach the end of the tunnel and realize that
Instead
it's
of you to
dark.
see light, you saw rise.
It's dark. So
Oh,
basically, I was like,
it means you're still inside the tunnel, so you've not yet come out.
ah, I will soon come outside. No worry, no worry, no fear.
Okay.
But I slept in darkness and woke up equally in
Sorry,
darkness,
sorry,
and I was like, well, it is well, but
sorry.
it has to the hustle has to continue. The hustle has to
Of
go on,
course,
and that
certainly.
is why we are here. So the refugee situation in your area, how is it?
For me, I think we literally do not have refuge in my area currently. Yeah,
Mm.
that place have been packed out, and then the whole place is okay. And then, but while I was coming, I noticed some streets as well. Along Marian, we're also seeing that that Equator has this, but then. And then I Tagbo runabout. After that, I Tagbo runabout just
Mm.
before the Rumchi Park. I think it's Rumchi
It's not a
Park
tab.
there.
It's not a tab roundabout. It's Akim traffic lights, right?
No, I talk about runabout now. As if you're turning down to main gate, small gate access. That is it
It's
Romchi
Akim.
or
It's Akim
yeah,
traffic light. I
that's
saw the
that's what I'm
refuge
saying.
is overflowing. It's Akim.
Not the traffic light itself.
The
That's
turn,
the 10
the
that
bend.
Etakbo main runabout. Etakbo runabout. Yeah, and see you're going down to
Oh,
small gates
okay.
now. Yeah.
Mm.
And so that particular place, I think the government will need to work on doubling and giving either an extra dustbin can just so that
The one that was alarming was Akim. Like that's what I saw. That there's the traffic lights. There's
Yeah,
exactly when you go
there's a traffic
straight,
light. Yeah.
the side you go to your right, the side that leads to the Akim Market, and then
Okay, okay, okay.
that
Yeah,
would lead to
yeah,
where
yeah, yeah,
Komitars
yeah, yeah.
traffic light.
Yes, yeah,
That
yeah,
bend,
yes,
buses are now driving on top the refuse itself, which is very
yeah.
very alarming. And then if you pass there, there's this awful smell that comes outside. So I feel like
Ah,
that place should actually be taken extra care of, because these are one of our main roads
yeah,
in Calabar basically, because this place is a commute to Akim Market, and
sure.
also a commute to school too, and
Yeah,
also it's a channel to Marian too.
yeah,
So like it's one of our it's you definitely see it. You will definitely have to pass it if you want to go to major places in Calabar.
yeah.
That's if you want to go to major places around here though. So I feel like it should be brought to the attention of the government, and
Government,
they
yeah,
should
those
actually clear
responsible
it. I
to
don't
clear
know.
it off.
I don't know what it takes to actually clear these things, because I'm sure that it was maybe done from the sanitation that they did on Saturday.
Yeah.
I don't know what it actually takes to, clear these things and make our city
I
safe.
think on the other hand, they might really need more manpowers
Mm,
because the persons they have already are few enough to actually deliver the work as the case should be. Because I keep it keeps seeming to me that I'm seeing the faces the same repeated again and again and again and again. So that's what I'm kind of suspecting. Probably they need more hands to join them on that particular services as well. And that's why yesterday we're talking about the SSA to the governor, talking about employment, talking about the delay
mm.
in processing and all of that. So we just hope that things like this should not be done during electioneering period and all of that. So we have an ample time as you win an office, as you win a particular position in governance, you should be able to know that after politics come governance. So you should start, doing the needful, not waiting until when it's time for elections before you start rolling out empowerment, you start rolling out employment opportunities, you start rolling out, different kinds of services, start telling people, oh, you should have come to do this or go and do this and all of that. So if we have, government presence kickstart right from day one, we'll not be having all of these excuses because you have been in town. That's the reason why I don't subscribe to voting people who stay out of town, to come and lead come
Why
and
would you
mount a
be out
particular
of the
position.
space that you're
Yeah,
supposed to
because
be
we'll have
leading?
a lot of persons from the national down to the local government,
We
even
need
our
to actually
community.
stop something.
Some persons stay out of you don't even know what is happening, and the next thing you're seeking for position because you've gone to make the money. Because today, what really stands out for a lot of persons is the money, the
Mm.
money, the money, the money. They are not talking about if you're competent, if you're able, if you're prudent in your spending. They don't care about that. All they just want to hear is you have the money, you have the money, you can spend, you can give, you can do this, and all of that, but which is not actually giving us the good kind of approach to governance that we should actually see at the end of the day.
A leader that is in a particular position ought to be where he is leading, because how then will he be able to feel the pains of people that are actually in these places, people that is leading in these places? How then will he feel the pain? How then will he see their plight? Because I mean, if you're living outside, you see, that's the thing that has happened in every space, in federal, state, local, every tier of government, arm of government. There's always this there's always this need to go out of the space that you're supposed to be leading. If you're sick, you would want to travel abroad to do all these things. If you want education, you travel abroad. Can you imagine how then why are you now leading us? Why exactly are you leading us if that is exactly what you're going to be doing? But basically my point of call is to the government, please. The refuse in Calabar is getting to an all-time high, and people are living in those places. That receptacle that is full and overflowing, and to the point that it's around the surroundings, and even buses are driving on top. They are opposite people's houses, people's shops. And I think there's a park around there too. It's not
Yes,
actually a very nice sight to see, especially somewhere that is coming
and
into
traveling from
Calabar.
that particular
Exactly.
point,
It's not
it's
a
very
nice
disgraceful.
it's not
Yeah.
a nice sight to
you know
see at
now
all.
if I have my way, like I've usually been saying, okay, we'll have to centralize all the parks in a particular place. Look for a place either within a tag, but if possible to buy the whole of that place and turn it into a park, because Cross River State as it is, we do not have a specific pack that we could say, okay, as you leave any state, this is where you're going to, terminate, on. So I think that becomes a very huge problem. It's just that what is saving us is because we do not have any other access road outside of this. If not, we would have always been, encountering a lot of, kidnapping, adoption, criminal activities, and all of that. That is just the only saving grace we have here. But then, I think, irrespective of that, I would employ the government of the day, the commissioner for, is it transport or ASA, to the governor on transport, because I'll definitely be sure that they have SSA on transport matters to the governor. So I think, these guys should pick it up, upon themselves and ensure that we have a very good terminal point. It's just that the government is already, calling it a wrap up, because, for me, I would have felt that these are projects that are very visible. These are things that are very, realistic. When someone say that, the government cannot do everything at once, and I begin to ask, this is 4 good years, and look at the bogus amount of money that each year they keep saying, oh, this is what we are budgeting for, this is what we are appropriating for, this is how much we are getting from the federal government, and this is what we are also generating as our IGR. But yet it's not translating to anything. It's not amounting, and we keep building excuses for governments of the day. We keep making up excuses for them and keep making it. My own, dissatisfaction part is that part where people will make it look as if these monies are actually coming from their own personal pocket. It's so embarrassing. It's so shameful. These monies are not their money. It is not their own money. It is our money. And we say, go there, help us to spend this money. And all we need is hospital, we need school, we need electricity, we need good roads, we need, just all of these little social amenities that, to make life very easy and very, promising for us and comfortable for us. But yet we're making excuses for them that, government cannot do. If you cannot do it, leave it. Get away from that place. Someone else will come there and do the needful. If that person cannot, he get away. Someone else. We'll keep trying until we get to that point where we'll get things right. And then again, I talk about institutions. There are a lot of institutions per se. We have, commissioner for water resources. We have this. We have that. So what are all of these commissions doing? What are they doing? Can't they just wake up and say, look, yeah, if you can't do everything at once, but start something, do a particular thing that somebody will say, okay, in the next 10, 20 years, somebody can be talking about it. Just like we have the likes of Donald Duke. Okay, so there are lots of projects that he has done, and up till today we're still talking about those projects. That is what we're talking about. So imagine if after him, the next governor, we've had 3 governors now after him, and it seemed to many persons, and of course, that they have not done anything to match even, an inch of what Donald actually did in the state, for instance. Not to talk about the national level. Up to today, people keep talking about Yaradua, they keep talking about Obasanjo, they keep talking about all of those guys who have passed, past leaders and all of that. But we keep asking, how much have these current administrations done
I can imagine
over
how
time and
I
all
can
of
imagine
that?
how they would feel. When you've been part of you're part of the history of Nigeria,
Okay.
and you have brought Nigeria to a point, and then you
Expecting the
step down.
persons coming in
Exactly.
to do even
You
more
step
better.
down. Then you now see that the country that you've built to this extent, in somebody's own administration and regime, everything is going down the drain.
Okay.
Prices of things are increasing at an all-time high. Like I said before, if you're somebody that was born in this time and age, they will be like, okay, there's no much to. I mean, I was born into it, so they won't feel that disappointed. But you see, people that have, grown through different things. Like I've been through, I've lived through like 5 administrations now.
Okay.
From Goodluck's time to Buhari's time to now Tinubu's time. I think Buhari did 2 terms. Yes, Buhari
Yes,
did 2
he did
terms.
2 times.
Exactly. I think I was born when Yaradua was in rule also. Down to Tinubu's time. The progressions have been regressions because it's not progression anymore. It's not going up, it's going down. Everything, prices increasing, like it's times 2. But it's not as if it's small. It's not as if something was 15 naira, now it's 100 naira only. But it has increased on an all-time high. The price of goods and services, the price of basic amenities, the price of education, the price of healthcare, everything is at an all-time high, and it's not even looking like as if they are putting our best interests at heart. My former secondary school asked me to say, at least, even if you want to steal, because you know that money is going to be there, you are
Even if
definitely
you
going to
want to
be,
loot,
you know,
even if you want to loot,
in you're going to be in contact
embezzle.
with enough money. At least put the hearts of the people in mind. Know that you're supposed to do something. You will
Okay.
definitely see money. It's going because there's going to be surplus resources, surplus funds. Why not do what you're supposed to do so that if you get in case you want to, take some for yourself. But this one where there's no proof of anything being done in a country that is supposed to be moving forward. We are still developing. Since I was doing economics in my secondary
I know.
school days, since how many years ago, we are still developing. When they will tell you types of grades of countries, will tell you developed, underdeveloped, and developing.
Yeah.
We have been in the class of developing since, and we have not developed yet.
Despite all
It's
the billions, all the
exactly, it's a
trillions,
savvy, and then
borrowing.
before you know now, next year they'll bring another budget in and tell you this
Yeah.
is allocated for this, and you're not even seeing it happening at all. You're not seeing it happening. We want reasonable action. According to say the SG government, we want reasonable action. We don't just want
Okay.
you to step into office and then do what you want to do there. We want reasonable action. Serve the people. That's why you are there.
Exactly.
Well, anyways, we still want to know how you're doing, how you're faring, whether there's anything you want to raise concerns about in your area, maybe the refuse, the light situation in your area, or maybe a security threat that you want to raise concerns over. You can send us a text message or you can call us on our studio phone lines on 0809 058. You can send a text message to that number, or you send a WhatsApp message to that same number, or you can call us on that line, or you can drop a comment on our live stream on Facebook and on YouTube. On Facebook we are Unical Rain International, and on YouTube we are Unical Rain. So you can go there, log in, search for our page and join the live stream. Drop a comment on our live stream and I will read it out here. Today we're going to go back to the music. When we come back, we will take you through the weather forecast segment of the Morning Bus Show. This is Stereo Hearts by Gym Class Heroes. Do not touch that dial. I'll be back before you know it.
My heart's a stereo, it beats for you, so listen close.
Your Hearts by Gym Class Heroes, a classic that time. A very, very nice classic that I will still vibe to anytime, any day. Time check is 7:59, and we're going straight to the weather forecast segment of the Morning Bus Show. Today is the 4th of June 2026, and this is the weather outlook for today. Today is expected to be warm, humid, and rainy with periods of rain likely at different times of the day. Temperatures should range between 23 degrees Celsius and 30 degrees Celsius, while humidity levels will remain high, making it feel warmer than the actual temperature. In the morning from 6 a.m. to 12 p.m., temperatures may range from 25 degrees Celsius to 29 degrees Celsius, and the rain chances may be from 30 to 50%. Conditions will be mostly cloudy with occasional light showers possible, especially during the late morning hours. The practical tip is that if you're heading out early, a light umbrella or raincoat may come in handy. In the afternoon from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m., temperatures may range from 29 degrees Celsius to 30 degrees Celsius, and the rain chances may be from 50 to 60%. The afternoon is likely to bring the highest chance of rainfall with periods of rain and possible thunderstorms in some areas. Humidity will remain very high. Practical tip is that outdoor activities may be interrupted by showers, so plan accordingly. In the evening from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m., temperatures may range from 24 degrees Celsius to 27 degrees Celsius, and the rain chances may be from 20 to 40%. Rain activity should gradually ease, leaving mostly cloudy skies with a few lingering showers possible. Practical tip is that roads may remain wet, so motorists should drive cautiously. The general summary is that the temperature range may be from between 23 degrees Celsius to 30 degrees Celsius all throughout the day, and the rain chances may be from moderate to high, that is from 30 to 60%. The general condition is that it may be warm, humid, and rainy with the possibility of thunderstorms. General advisory is to keep an umbrella nearby throughout the day. Stay hydrated due to high humidity and be prepared for intermittent rainfall, especially during the afternoon hours. You heard it here. When I was coming to work, I saw that I think when I reached the tagbo, everywhere was wet. And I know when I was coming from Atimbo Axis, it wasn't everywhere was dry when I was coming in. But when I got into school, I saw that the roads were wet. So please prepare for surprise rainfalls throughout the day.
Yeah,
It's possible that it may rain heavily in the afternoon. So plan your day accordingly.
it was
If
drizzling in my area this morning. Yeah,
and it
so
didn't usually in my area
that's
actually.
that's why I had to carry my umbrella around. So
Yeah,
I don't have to play with that.
Abby.
Mm.
And exactly, so that you will not be caught unawares. If you don't need to go out, please stay at home. One thing I realized about Calabar thunderstorms is that it's very, very dangerous if you are outside. It can get very, very dangerous. I mean, this is winds that have carried roofs, that carried trees. So please, as much
And
as
that break
possible.
down streets. Please don't
Exactly.
stay under a tree. Don't
Yeah,
park
please don't
under
park under
a
a tree,
tree.
please.
Don't even have a meeting under a tree, especially if that tree is more than 2 3 years. Please don't do it. Don't try it because you might not know, the foundation of the tree if it's still very strong or if the branches are still very okay. Some of the branches have not eaten for a very while and they will just get angry and break up that very moment. So please don't stay under a tree. And then if you're going out, like we've said, the road will be very, very slippery. Okay. So put on shoes will not drag you. And there are some places you think, oh, this place is strong, is okay. Before you know it, boom, you put your legs inside mud and all of that, and you're going to sustain injuries. Okay.
Yeah.
So instead of carrying that money to go and treat yourself, please buy an umbrella, use a raincoat, and stay safe out there.
Yeah, exactly. And also carry extra footwear. In case you're one of the people that come out on full on corporate, please carry extra footwear in case, and be ready to fold your trousers in case you wear trousers, so that you will not get your clothing and your shoes all soiled up in the rain. Prepare as much as possible because you know the states that you're in, you know the city that you're in. So we're going to go back to the music. When we come back, Obi Thumbs will take us through the exchange rate segment of the morning bus show. This is Put Your Head on My Shoulder by Paul Anka. Do not touch that dial. We'll definitely be back before you know it.
information, entertainment, and education. Stay locked onto Unicool Radio International, 103.5 FM.
All right. It is 7 minutes past the hour of 8, and you are welcome back from that break. It is still the Morning Boss Show on Unica Radio International 103.5 FM. My name is Sharon Antigaita, and I'm here with Obi Thompson on the show today. So we're going straight to the next segment of the show, which is the exchange rate segment of the Morning Boss Show. And Obi Thompson will take us through that segment. Obi Thompson, what do you have for us?
Good morning, and once again welcome to that segment of the Morning Boss Show, where we hope you and I out there plan our finances, okay, know how to get some certain things so we don't have to be insulted, yeah, or look like we don't have money. Of course, now get money to go buy something, but however, you need to plan yourself very well. Okay, first of all, we start with the Danish krone. Don't forget that just one Danish krone is costing Nigeria 213 naira, and then one Swiss francs is costing Nigeria 1,741 naira. One Saudi riyal is costing Nigeria 365 naira, and then one West African cipher is costing Nigeria just 2 naira. One Japanese yen is costing Nigeria 8 naira, and then one Chinese yuan is costing Nigeria 200 naira. One South African rand is costing Nigeria 83 naira, and then one pound sterling is costing Nigeria 1,844 naira. Then one euro is costing Nigeria 1,593 naira, and then one US dollar, of course, is costing Nigeria 1,369 naira. So you've heard it there. That's pretty much you'll be doing from the exchange rate segment. So if you want to buy a new phone, a new car, you want to change apartments, you want to go to the market, whatever thing you want to do, so long as it is involving money. So you just need to be careful out there, and that's the exchange rate there for you.
Thank you, Obi Thompson. You have heard it here so that you know how to exchange in case you are dealing with foreign currencies. We are going back to the music. Where we come back, we'll take you through the national holiday segments of the Morning Bus Show. This is Raw by Katy Perry. Do not touch that dial. We'll be back. Raw by Katy Perry, another classic that I knew I enjoyed then. In fact, we actually had times when we wrote it down. Like, we had this stuff we did in secondary school, yeah. I don't know how many people remember it, how many people did it. But we'd have like all of our classic songs that we would write the lyrics down in one book, an exercise book. Then bring it to school and then we'd all do like sing-alongs and all.
Yeah.
And it was actually very, very, fascinating that I knew most of the songs that they would actually write down. To the point that they called me a memory card. To the point I carried that name till I finished secondary school. They called me a memory card from, I think it was just 2. We did that thing. And yeah, I was called a memory card till I finished because every song, because I was a lover of radio since I was little, so I would usually want to listen to it on radio.
Okay.
Like Lagos is a buzzing place where there's
Sure.
radio. So we definitely want to listen to it. And my dad was also a lover of radio, so I became a lover of radio because I was like, if we cannot watch TV, at least let's hear something that will lighten our and will let everyone not be quiet like that. So I knew songs then, and my classmates then were very, very shocked that any song that is there, I know it already. Anyways, welcome back from that music break. It is 8:14 on the DOT, and we're going straight to the national holiday segment of the Morning Bus Show.
Okay.
The first national holiday is National Cheese Day. National Cheese Day. Now, cheese is a milk product. It has this odor. It has this bad odor, but trust me, when you used to cook meals,
Okay.
you will enjoy it. And you will enjoy it, and it has a whole lot of health benefits. And then the next national holiday, and the main one I actually wanted to point out, this month is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month.
Okay.
Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, amongst other ones that we have. But the important one that I want to focus on is the Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. Because as much as we do not prioritize mental health in Nigeria, we don't prioritize men's mental health in Nigeria. And I'm going to tackle that on the health and wellness segment of the show, because men are equally human beings. I will keep on saying this thing. And then all the ladies that believe that all men are scum, not lie.
Yeah.
Not lying. They're actually very, very lovely
so if
men.
you see,
I was not part
there are
of them,
too
no.
many. We are too many.
Exactly. And I'm surrounded by a lot of lovely men.
Okay.
So I will vouch for them when I say I'm friends with people that think straight, that think like human beings. Although we have a lot of biased mindsets in that men have here, but there are still some good ones out there. And then also, their mental health is prioritized as much as possible, because we have this thing where we're like, be a man, you grow up, and then they'll tell you, be a man up, and then you see a boy that is supposed to grow into a man, is now a man at a young age and is expected to do a lot of things at a young age, which is not meant to be in a sane society. So we're going to deal with that on the health awareness segment. The next national holiday is the Audacity to Hope. Audacity to Hope Day. Now, it is celebrated every year on June the 4th. On this day, we celebrate the resilient human spirit that conquers all obstacles with hope and perseverance.
Yeah.
It is also a day to celebrate movements and important landmarks in human history that have made the world a better place for us all. This is also a great day to celebrate personal victories that you have achieved after overcoming challenging obstacles. A celebration of optimism and hope. Audacity to Hope Day anticipates a happy future for every single person. Now, one of the things I know that keeps the human mind going is hope.
Exactly.
Hope. There's always hope that I will be better than I was. I will be better than the way I am. If like I said before, if you would tell me that I would be in this space this year, if you tell me that thing last year, with everything that happened, last year was a whole lot for me. I lost a lot of people that I loved, and I was not in my right mental state. Well, because I said, okay, I can't kill myself. And the people that have died would not want me to kill myself either.
Exactly.
So I decided to, go through this in I decided to go through it and have hope that yes, there are better days that are coming ahead. Although the pain still lingers, but there's still hope somewhere. And it's a day to lighten somebody's mood too. There's people that are going through a lot. But you don't know, that little act of kindness can actually go a long way. You'd see. It is a man that, for example, now there's this particular story from a particular reel I saw online. This person this lady was just going out, and she went out. She was happy, in a happy mood, and this guy came to get something, and she offered to hand him what he wanted, because she could actually offer it. She gave it to him,
Okay.
and then he was like, then later when she found out that he wanted to kill himself. Like, that was he wanted to just purchase that thing, and that was the last thing. He didn't want to do anything because he had already lost everything he had, his family, money, so there was nothing to live for anymore. So that act of kindness made him rethink it and made him go back. And then when he now sat down and realized that there are a lot of things you can thank God for, there are a lot of things to be thankful for, and he was like, he's going to give it another shot, he's going to give it another day. And that gave him hope that things could change for the better.
Yeah.
So it's also that day to lighten somebody's mood, make sure that person is hopeful, because with everything that life throws at us, it's easy to give up and say, no, we're not doing it again, we're tired, we're not doing this anymore.
Yeah.
And it's easy to sit back and lay back. But I'm here to tell you that there is definitely more than that situation I'm going through. Most times when I'm going through a lot, when I'm going through stuff, I would literally look past that. I would look past what I'm going through at the moment. I don't know how, but I built my mind towards that side. My motto, my mantra, if still my WhatsApp about, you will see positive vibes only.
That comes when somebody has let's say a progressive mindset. A lot of persons have this fixed mindset that
nothing is going to change.
Nothing is going to work out. Because I have not gotten this, I don't have money, so I cannot do this and all of that.
Now here's the thing because when I speak to people about this, they'll be like, oh, you don't understand, you don't know what I've gone through. Like, have you lost people? Have you lost money? And like, we're not in competition of who has lost what. But yes, I have lost people and I've lost them. But am I using it to bring down myself? Am I using that excuse to be lazy and to not do what I'm supposed to do? No. There's a lot to life than I can't even imagine. Like, I can't imagine, but I know that there's a lot to life. People are living their lives to the fullest. And those people didn't just start from there.
Exactly.
They grew. Some people will sit down and look at where they came from. They are thankful because they knew that they were pushed forward, they were consistent in whatever thing they were doing, and they moved forward to do it. So I'm here to tell you that have the audacity to hope. Exactly. This year, I think I said when we were doing New Year reforms and everything, I started this year with, I will be so audacious. Very audacious in everything I am doing. Yeah. Every good thing that I know that is going to come to me, I will be audacious in seizing every opportunity. Now, I am telling you to be audacious in hoping and believing that things will definitely change for the better. And it also goes a long way in our country too, because people will be like, Nigeria will go better.
We've lost
that kind
hope.
of thing.
Yeah.
They've lost hope.
Yeah.
Like hope.
Our vote will not count.
Exactly. After being patient
these
and
leaders
stretched,
can never do anything.
There's no hope anymore. But I'm here to tell you that if Nigeria could be what it was years ago, it can still be what it is going to be. So
in years to come,
we need to have hope. And one of the ways that you show that you have hope is by voting the right person into government, and you see things will turn out good for the better.
And not selling your vote.
Yeah, exactly. Don't sell your votes. Don't settle for materials that that will definitely be exhausted afterwards.
For a cup of rice, don't settle for it. Cubes of seasonings.
Have the audacity to hope in everything you are doing, because at the end of the day, it still has this way of pushing you to be better, pushing you to go forward in life and do better. Why have a negative mindset that would literally pull you down when you can replace it with a positive mindset? I don't know, anything that is thrown at me, I used to get surprised in how I used to react. I could be going through something and be laughing, and you will not even know that I am literally my friend actually made a mistake. He said something when I came to meet him and came to cheer him up, and he was feeling down about school and everything. I was like, how are you doing now? What's going on? And he was not like, they go through a lot. And I was like, I just looked at him and I said, so because I did go through a lot, I show for face. I don't understand. Let me have problems and then show my face. Then the fine face that I'm trying to manage, I will not come and make it ugly because I want to frown or I want to look like my problem or something like that. So have the audacity to hope as much as possible, because at the end of the day, that's what keeps you going. That is what keeps you going. There's some people that have been. There's some people that they're not the way they were before. If they would tell them that they would be in this space now where they were then,
they won't believe that.
No, they won't believe it.
In fact, the
Have
author of all of this is Barack Obama.
mm,
A lot of persons never believed that Barack Obama could have won that election in 2004. And then
actually,
during
I can't even
during
believe
his
it.
inauguration, he came up with this particular speech in his 2006 book, The Audacity of Hope. But there again, this morning, for you listening to us out there, I'm just going to roll out just few scriptures for you, Malabites and Malabrises. You're going through a lot. Don't worry, you're not going to be the only one going through this. But however, don't forget that in Romans chapter 12, verse 12, that rejoice in hope, be patient in tribulation, be constant in prayers. Okay. And then Second Corinthians 1:20, that for no matter how many promises God has made, there are yes in Christ. Okay. Now, First Peter 1:3, praise be to God, the Father of the Lord Jesus Christ. In his great mercy, he has given us new birth into a living hope. So don't forget also Romans 15:13, may the God of hope fill you with joy and peace. We have a lot of other scriptures that I'd love to share with you, but because of time, don't forget, today is that beautiful day that you just wake up, hit your shoulder and say, yes, I can make it. I will make it. I'll be that one person that is the breadwinner in my family. Okay, so don't give up. Don't allow tribulations. Don't allow certain setback sets you entirely back. Okay, but you have to move. Don't forget that you can move upon upon scorpions, upon serpents, and all of that, and none shall come close to you. Okay, so have faith, have hope, and keep moving. And that's it.
and also appreciates the little things you have
You
done today.
have. Some of you cannot
Because
even appreciate the little you have.
because you
I
if
want
if you
more.
if you take out time to calm down instead of
Okay.
complaining that you're not where you are, you're not where your classmates are, you're not where your friends are, or your friends are progressing faster than you, sit down and reason. I wasn't here before, and now I am here, and I'm still progressing. I am alive to even
Okay.
progress safe. So thank the Lord for important landmarks. Or thank, in case you are not Christian, everybody sees there's a God, one God or the other. So in case you're not Christian, thank whoever you serve. Be grateful. Be grateful for the important landmarks in your life. And we've also had a lot of things to be grateful for. We are grateful for some of our leaders that put us through and made us the Nigeria we are today. The fact that they helped they helped Nigeria to grow, shows that there will definitely be hope that Nigeria could be better someday. So please be audacious in terms of hope, and definitely, most definitely, you will reach the goal that you are supposed to reach. Going back to the music, when we come back, we'll take you through the weather forecast segment of the show today. This is Heal the World by Michael Jackson. Do not touch that. That will be back before you know it. Heal the World by Michael Jackson, an absolute classic to elevate your morning and keep your hopes up, most definitely. Welcome back from that music break. It is time for the health and wellness segment of the Morning Bus Show. It's 30 minutes past the hour of 8, and my name remains Sharon Antigaita, and I'm here with Obi Thompson on the show today. Now, like I said before, it is this month is for men's mental health awareness. It's for men's mental health awareness. And I'm going to be dealing on ways to ensure good mental health in men. Now, I'm going to give you some few statistics on the research I made last night. Globally, men account for about 72% of all suicide deaths in a suicide with a suicide rate of 13.9 per 100,000 compared to 5.0 for women. Furthermore, an estimated 1 in 5 men will experience depression in their lifetime, though they are significantly less likely than women to seek professional help due to pervasive stigmas. It's now a stereotype that if a man seeks help mentally, the man is not a man. He's
Okay.
not a real man. That real men don't cry, real
Yeah,
men don't
men
do
don't
this,
cry.
real men don't excuse you. Jesus
Mm,
Christ in the Bible wept. Okay, why
okay.
you tell me he's not a real man? You tell me he's
Okay.
not a real man. Men cry. You are human beings. I just want to let you know that you're human beings, because this stigma and stereotype that you keep on seeing, that a man, as a man, as a man, as a man, I'm like, why? Why can't you guys realize that this set of human beings, this set of people are human beings? They are not. You see, men are
We are
expected
not
to be.
objects.
Men are expected to be emotionally stable. They're expected to be strong at all times. They're expected to be rich. Also, they're expected to have much wealth. Things are expected from men in society, and it is not actually easy. The pressure meted out on the masculine gender from times where they were boys till now, it is something that we actually need to curb, because we have somewhat pushed some men to their deaths.
Okay.
Suicide is not something that we would want someone to go through, because the courage to actually take one's life, it's something that needs to be studied, to be very honest. But we want to actually curb the fact that men have to, because of the fact that they are faced with a lot of pressures, their pressures are meted out on them from society, they will end up seeing suicide as the only option to escape all these pressures and everything. My own is, let boys be boys. Don't tell a boy be a man. Be a man where? Why will you tell a 10-year-old boy to be a man? Biologically, he is not a man. And so why would you tell him to be a man, grow past his age? At an average, average boys at 13 are expected to know some things. Average men at 16 are expected to not really ask for money like that from their
Yeah.
parents. And it's something that we actually need to curb and reduce, because we keep pushing men to their early death because
Yeah.
there's a lot of expectations meted out on them. They are equally human beings too. I know some feminists who come for me that I'm defending men, but I'm just letting you know that I'm on the neutral side here. Women, let girls be girls, let boys be boys. Let's stop that whole thing of let be a man, be a man, be a man. And the fact that men feel weird about coming out in the open, coming out to seek therapy,
Express themselves. Say
seek
something.
mental
Speak
help.
out.
Seek mental help is
Okay.
something that we actually need to. That's another stereotype that we need to kill too, because they are equally human beings and they have equal rights to seek mental help as much as possible. So one of the ways to ensure good mental health for men out there is to stay physically active. I give kudos to men that go to the gym, men that work out. The ones that can't work out, they go for
They
walks.
trek.
They don't trek, they go for walks. Two sheets small now.
It's
So
not
two
men that
sheets
trek. We
now.
trek now.
Regular exercises help reduce stress, anxiety, and depression by releasing endorphins. Like I
Okay.
said, I said yesterday. When you're exercising, you feel this level of relief for some reason. When you exercise and you're sweating, you just calm down, you stand for a bit. And even though you are gasping for air, you feel this level of relief that, okay, you've gotten some heavy weight off your body. Now, endorphins are the body's natural feel good chemicals, and regular exercise helps stimulate the production of these particular chemicals. Activities such as walking, jogging, swimming, cycling, or playing sports can significantly improve mood and mental well-being.
Okay.
So to the guys that play football, basketball, volleyball, badminton, table tennis, especially in Calabar. So Calabar is one city that I know that encourages sports playing from both genders.
Yeah.
But as much as possible, engage yourself in every physical activity, because if you are physically inactive, you would be prone to more stress, more anxiety, more depression, because you are one place and you're not actively doing anything with your entire body. Please avoid being very, very relaxed. Avoid being inactive physically.
Okay.
The next one is to maintain healthy relationships. Like my mantra, positive vibes only. And if you're somebody that is always feeding me bad vibes, I will push you aside. Like, I will push you aside. That's literally how I am. Anything that gives me bad energy or bad vibes, I would, if it's something I can handle immediately, I would tackle it immediately. If it's something I can't control it, and there's nothing I'll do about it. And so I will live my life past it. I will know how to um wiggle my way past the bad energy. But I let the bad energy stay away from me. There's some people that carry it. They are the embodiment of bad vibes and energy. Like any small thing, oh, this thing no go better. This thing we are doing, are you sure it's going to work? I don't think this thing will work, oh. Or it no go better at all. Nothing ever works out. So how would this one be better? All those kind of talks. There are people that emanate those energy. There's nothing positive that can come out of their mouth. They are always, it's not going to be better. Is this? Is that? Like, it's not good. It's not. It's always negative. Surround yourself with people that are healthy. People that pass you positive energy. People that you can come and meet and talk to them, and you be like, my guy, even though they go through this, it go better.
Yeah.
No how, no, I go better. Just breeze up. Be strong. As I thank God for my male friends. I took time to sit down and watch them talk, have conversations. So there's three of my male friends. One of them is emotionally, like, he expresses the emotions more than the other two, and we don't stigmatize before that. So he was talking to us and telling us of something that happened in his past relationship or whatever, and I think we sat down. Although we told him about it, we're like, this thing no go. We have seen it,
Okay.
first. It's not as if we want to be the sand in your relationship, but
Yeah.
the way this thing is going, we had to advise. But I think people that I love, you can't advise them. So basically, the next thing was, after it had already happened, he thought we would lash back at him because we told him. I just told him what happened, and then I sat down to listen to him. Then his other guys came. And the way they were talking, they just patted him on his back and they were like, Chai, they understand. But no worry, we'll find better one. That kind of thing. I was like,
Yeah.
and that way they lightened his mood. In fact, it's like we started laughing after I think 10 minutes of being quiet. And then I said my own. But I took out time to sit down and observe how men usually comfort themselves.
Yeah.
Instead of giving that stigma of be a man, be a man. There are men's groups that will literally feel your pain and would want to help you through it. They will tell you things that would help you through what you are going through. So find yourselves in those relationships, in those spaces. Create strong connections with family, friends, colleagues, and community members. It provides emotional support during difficult times. Men should make time for meaningful conversations and social interactions. Underline the meaningful. It must be meaningful at all times. If it's not meaningful, you should not find yourself in those spaces. If it's not positive, you should not find yourself in those spaces, because those things have a way of draining somebody emotionally, and it's not a space you want to be. Surround yourself with people that resonate good energy, people that will literally, what their words would help you through whatever difficult time you're going through, because life happens, and you will definitely want people around your space that will help you through the storms you may face in life. Also, get enough sleep. Quality sleep is essential for emotional stability, concentration, overall mental health. Adults should aim for 7 to 9 hours of sleep each night and maintain a regular sleep schedule. Research has shown it, but Nigerians want to be different. They want to hustle. You see an average Nigerian still awake by 1 a.m. And I'm like, and the next thing that they'll tell you is, I'm trying to work. I'm like, you're not supposed to be awake by 1 a.m. though. Like, then when will you sleep, and when will you wake up to do the next thing that the day brings? So please, as much as possible, have a regular sleep routine. Eat a balanced diet. Nutritious food supports brain health. Diet rich in fruits, vegetables, and whole grains with lean proteins and healthy fats can improve mood and energy levels. Also, manage stress effectively. We have distressors, a lot of distressors. We have sports. Like I distress if I can't play basketball, if I can't go to the court to play basketball, I will just pick up a novel and read. I'll watch reels on TikTok or sleep. Or just sleep if I can sleep, or maybe just sit down and gist with somebody. I'll call one of my friends that I know that will definitely, I can easily just flew it and talk. It doesn't have to be something deep. You
Yeah.
just maybe light talk that would usually help me distress. Most of the time, I just stay off my phone and just take a deep breath and relax. Most of the times, I buy food and eat most of the time. So, find ways to manage your stress effectively because, and like I said, life happens.
That one
Stress
is
will
very
come.
that one is very important. So
Mm.
whenever you find yourself in that situation, the first thing you need to do is eat first. The moment you eat, sometimes you have a reset. Now, this also reminds me of I don't know if I can compare this day with the travails or trials of Job per se. Don't forget that even the likes of Eliphaz, the Temanite, and then we have the Bildad, the Shuhite, and so the Zophar, the Namatite. So all of these were Job friends who came to do what? To comfort him when they heard that, oh, Job, their friend, was going through a lot of calamities. Okay, so for you out there, don't forget that no matter what situation, don't forget what we talked about in the national holiday segment with the Audacity Day, and then we talked about hope, for you out there. So all of this, like Sharon just said, eat. Just start from there first. Eat. Whenever you face any challenge, I see even in burial grounds where a lot of persons doing burial of their loved ones, they cry and cry. They don't want to eat. They lose weight. They lose blood. In fact, no, 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 no. Eat. Just find time, eat,
Actually, I can
drink
relate
enough
to that
water,
because
and relax yourself.
I can
Okay.
relate to that. Food
Yeah.
will not be the next thing on your mind when
Okay.
you are going through that depressive state. But
Yeah.
please find time to eat and also
Eat.
distress as much as
Mm-hmm.
possible. Talk about your feelings. I know this is hard for a lot of men to
Yeah.
do, but a problem said a problem shared is a problem
Half solved.
solved. Because when you open your mouth to say what is going on in your mind, and you notice how you can speak to somebody even though the person is not answering you back, the person is listening, you know the person is listening. When you speak to the person, your mind is clear.
Yeah.
And you also listen to what you're saying, and your mind is also thinking of ways to solve that same thing that you're going through. So the person doesn't really have to speak or say much. Like I've done with my guy friends before. There's sometimes when they will just want you to listen to them. You just sit
Okay.
and be like, okay, so this thing happened, and I like the fact that now the people call them homeboys. I call them my male friends.
Mm.
So my male friends usually, before, I think when we were still getting acquainted with each other, they won't want to say what's going on in their mind. I'll ask them what happened, and then they'll be like, I'll solve it. I'll do it. I'll do solve it myself. But now, any small thing, they're like, Sharon, there's something that happened.
Okay.
I don't even need to tell them Alpha what happened, what's that type of thing. It's one I noticed. I observed it on Monday when my friend sent me a particular message. I was like, it's how you guys are so comfortable speaking to me like this. Why I like you to continue, because I cannot have you guys emotionally unstable because you don't want to say your feelings out loud. Like I said, see, friendship is very, very important. You may have family members that will not understand your plight, but you see, friends, when you have friends that will understand you, that when you speak, they won't judge you. They're not going to judge you. They would literally listen to you and be like, okay, is there any way you can solve this? Is there any way you can salvage the situation? Do you understand? But also be open to criticism, because there's sometimes that we do a lot of things that are wrong, and we need to have constructive criticism.
Yeah.
When we have friends that will tell us this thing you did was wrong, but not in a judgmental way, in a corrective way, correcting in love. So to all other friends too, as much as you have somebody that can confide in you, do not give that person reason to regret it. Do not be quick to judge that person. Your job is to listen and help the person, guide the person through. If you can. If you cannot, you can direct it to people that you know can do it better. So also avoid harmful coping mechanisms. People that consume alcohol, smoke, do substance abuse, gambling, temporarily to mask the problem. Trust me, when you finish drinking and you get drunk and you get a hangover, wake up the next morning, the problem they're still in your face. They don't go away.
They don't go away.
What's the use in that time you'd have used to do something productive that would have helped the situation? Use it to drink and get drunk.
And
So
still wake up
please,
and still go
it's
back
the
to
same
your
problem.
calamity.
So avoid harmful coping mechanisms.
Yeah.
Also set realistic goals. Don't go and carry the whole world on your head and say, oh, I want to achieve this. Break it down. What can I do today? if I cannot do this, like most of the times I plan my day. If I cannot do this particular thing today, there's nothing that will make me. There's nothing that will make me, tweak it. And sometimes it's
Yeah.
going to be very stressful. But it's that I know how to tweak my schedule. I would shorten my time range for this. I'm supposed to be here at a certain point in time. If I cannot make it, I'll call and be like, I'll be late or I cannot make it. That's how you plan your day so that you won't be overwhelmed, because
Yeah.
we all have times when our bodies cannot, be able to take in some things and not be able to take some things. So as much as possible, set realistic goals so that you will not be overwhelmed. Break larger tasks into smaller tasks. Smaller tasks as much as possible. Don't carry everything on your head like that. Also make time for relaxation and recreation. Engaging in enjoyable activities such as reading, music, gardening, sports, or creative pursuits. I know this is very hard because every young guy's head is hustle, hustle, hustle.
Yeah.
A hustle they pay, a hustle they this, and a hustle they that. But at some point in time, pause, relax.
Rest and think about your life.
Relax. No.
You should not think about your life.
No, but the point is relax.
Okay, just relax.
Relax.
But please don't relax on that tree.
Thompson. Also seek professional help when needed.
Yeah, sure.
Please,
sure.
men should stop this thing. You are a real man when you
And
talk about your mental health
Malabites,
problems.
please do all you can to visit the counseling department. Just at Malabo.
It may not even
Please
be
go there.
It may not just be there.
Just
If
say
you have,
something.
If you have a mentor, a lecturer, a mentor form of a lecturer that you can
Trusted
really walk
mentor,
up to
okay.
and talk to. Because
Yeah.
I think when I entered the year one, they were like, it is advisable to find a lecturer that you can easily attach yourself to be your mentor. So in case you can find, I know some guys have, good cordial relationships with their lecturers. So as much as possible, come in, talk to them and tell them that, okay, this is what you're going through and you feel like those affect. Because at the end of the day, if you're not mentally right, if you're not mentally upright at some point in time, it will affect your studies, affect every area of your life. And you don't want academic stress added to the mental instability you are already putting yourself through. So please make time for relaxation and seek professional help when needed. Build self-confidence. Recognize personal strengths and achievements. Don't pull yourself down all the time. I don't like human beings like doing this thing. That you are worth something. That means that there are things you do that another person cannot do.
Exactly.
There are things that you there are skills that you have, talents that you have that another human being does not have.
Yeah.
So just for you to own it, do not pull yourself down. Build your self-confidence. Now, there's a difference between self-confidence and pride. There are two different things. There's a point in which where it will become pride, and you'll not be able to look at people on your level again. You look at them, you look down on them.
Yeah.
Build your self-confidence to the point where, yes, I know I'm worth something. I have strength in this thing. I am not a small person. Avoid comparing yourself excessively to other people and focus on personal growth and progress. Trust me, focusing on personal growth and progress is better than comparing yourself to other people, because at the end of the day, you don't know what one person is doing. You don't know what the other person is doing that is making them what they are. So focusing more on your personal growth is better than focusing on somebody's life and usually compare it to your own. Also, stay spiritually and socially connected. For many men, participation in religious, spiritual, or community activities provides a sense of purpose, belonging, and emotional support. So as much as possible, plug in. Stay socially connected. When you are plugged into a space, I know that if I don't see some of my co-workers at work today, I will definitely reach out. I'll be like, Alpha, I didn't see you today. Oh, what happened to you today? Did anything happen? And then you get from there, if they want to speak, they will speak. And they'll be like, okay, I was not feeling fine or something like that. That's because they were socially connected to something. They're belonging to something. They're in a particular space. So when you stay laid back and all you're doing is staying in your house, dealing with your depression, dealing with every emotional thing that is coming to meet you, it's a recipe for disaster at the end of the day. So stay socially and spiritually connected. Now, signs that a man may need mental health support include persistent sadness and hopelessness. There are some men that are always drab. Their face is always, they're not happy. There are some men I've not seen smile before at all. There are some men I've not seen smile, and I'm like,
maybe
why?
that could be their natural being, but there again,
Natural being.
yeah,
Eh?
some yeah, that could be their natural kind
Do
of
not smile.
existence. Yeah. Yeah, so I
Do not
passed
smell.
somewhere and someone said, I've never seen a particular person smile, and this is my first time. I'd say because something have triggered it. So yeah, and then
Exactly.
probably the places they smile, you may not have been in that place. Yeah, they have time they smile.
They have
Yeah.
time, the schedules that they smile.
Yeah, they have schedule, especially
I
when
I
they do things that
I
excites them.
especially love it when I'm able to make, because I'm somebody that I'm very jovial. Yeah, I would, if I see you sad and I know you, I would do something that would make you laugh for some, and it just comes natural to me. I remember there was one time that all my secondary classmates was very, like, he was not in the right state of mind. His face was down, and he was looking all, sad and everything. So I came to meet him. I was like, "How are you? Like,
Okay.
how are you? How are you doing?" And then he was like, "I'm not fine. Do you know what I did something?" I started singing. So I started singing and he started laughing. Like, he started laughing uncontrollably. I was not like, wow. The funny thing is that it just comes natural to me. Like, that's the first thoughts that'll come to my mind and I'll do it immediately because I'm like, okay, what is it makes this person laugh? And it has come on different occasions. Sometimes it may be something I say that maybe I just say that no, that it's actually going a long way to making this person laugh. Or maybe something I did possibly that the person remembered or make the person, laugh. Put a smile on a man's face today.
Today.
Because you don't know who is going through a lot. You know, so also, one of the signs that men need mental health support include excessive worry or anxiety, difficulty sleeping, loss of interest in activities once enjoyed. You see that somebody that used to be, very very enthusiastic about basketball or football, now it's like there's nothing into it again, there's nothing there again. That person needs mental health support. And if you can't even help the person, sometimes all the person needs is to be listened to, the right person to listen to them.
Yeah.
Also, increased irritability or anger, withdrawal from family and friends, and thoughts of self-harm or suicide. Good mental health does not happen by chance. It requires conscious efforts and healthy lifestyle choices. By staying active, maintaining supportive relationships, managing stress, and getting adequate rest, seeking help when necessary, men can protect their mental well-being and lead healthier, more fulfilling lives. A healthy mind is the foundation upon which a healthy life is built. So if you know you're around any man that you are close to a certain extent, it may not just be relationship partners, it may also be friends, it may also be siblings. As much as possible, make that space conducive for them to, share their thoughts, to talk when necessary. I personally don't like it when I'm close to somebody and that person cannot say what is going on. For me, it makes me feel like the person is not comfortable talking to me.
Yeah.
And then it makes me feel like, it makes me ask myself the question, what have I done to make this person not comfortable with me? I mean, we've been friends for how long? And this person cannot see what's going on in their mind. This person cannot see what's going on. But then most of the times, all these people need is some level of breathing space. Not just some level of breathing space. There's people that are all up in people's faces. There's sometimes when people don't need that whole excitement in their space. Most of the times you just observe the person and know what that person can get at that point in time.
Yeah.
At times when I've met my friend and I'm like, how are you doing? And they mutter some few words and I'll be like, what happened? And if I notice that they don't want to say anything, I sit down quietly with them. And we all look and stare into oblivion until one person speaks. And most of the time, I won't speak first. I'll wait for him to speak so that I'll know that, okay, he's the one talking mostly. And it has actually works most of the time. I'm somebody that I will observe your facial expression first before I meet you, so that I will know how I am approaching you. So, as much as possible, prioritize men's mental health. And this month is also the month we're celebrating Father's Day too. So, as much as possible, also guard the mental health of men
Don't use
around
the
your
man money to
space.
buy man gifts.
Around
Use
your
your own money
space.
and
do
buy
not
gifts on men.
do not add
Yeah.
additional stress
To us,
do
please.
not add
Use your own
additional
money to
stress
get
to the
gifts
male
for
people
us.
around you.
Yeah.
We also have women's mental health month, but because the fact that they keep on saying that, oh, everything is for women, it's for women, it's for women.
Yeah.
Men are equally human beings too. They deserve to be listened to, they deserve to be heard, they also deserve to live stress-free lives too, as much as women do. And they also deserve to live hope-filled lives and progress forward. So if you have a man that that is very, very important to you, that you hold with dear respect. It could be your father, your brother, your friend, it could be your partner. As much as possible, ensure that that person's mental health is in check.
Yeah.
If that person needs to be listened to, listen to the person.
Any
If that
man you
person
see
needs
on
to
the
be,
road, please take care of them,
honestly, I'll not tell
because
you anything. No.
you
I'm not.
might they might
Thompson,
turn out to be your in-laws.
Thompson,
Yeah, you might not know.
Thompson.
Yeah.
I don't give that advice, so Thompson.
Any man you see on the road, please take care of them.
I
Provide
don't
for
give that
us.
advice. It's not provide
Show
for.
us joy. Give us ice cream. Yeah.
Anyways, we have to go back to the music. The news flash comes up shortly by 9 a.m. and then after that, the morning bus show continues. This is Fix You by Coldplay. Do not touch that. I'll be back before you know it. Blinding Lights by The Weekend. You are welcome back to Morning Bus Show on Unica Radio International 103.5 FM. It is 8 minutes past the hour of 9, and we're going straight to the next segment of the show, which is the top stories segment of the Morning Bus Show. Now, the first top story is from the university space. Unical VC promises transcript reform, classroom upgrade at maiden student town hall. The Vice Chancellor of the University of Calabar, Professor Ofyong Ifanga Ofyong, has promised sweeping reforms to improve student experience, including automatic issuance of academic transcripts for graduates and the rehabilitation of the university library, including delineation of classroom spaces. He made the promise at the Gospel Apabio International Conference Center during his maiden town hall meeting with students of the institution. Professor Ofyong announced that the transcript unit is being rejigged for effective service delivery, disclosing that for the next academic session, every student that graduates from Unical will receive a copy of their academic transcript without delay, describing it as a bold step to correct past anomalies in the unit. The varsity healthman said his administration is student-centered and focused on resolving hostel challenges, over admissions, and other issues affecting academic progress. Professor Ofyong said the current administration has started addressing challenges in hostels while concerns in departments are also receiving attention. He noted that the problem of overadmission is being confronted headlong and that a team from the Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria, MDCN, is expected soon for the accreditation of the dentistry program. The Vice Chancellor assured students that the goal of his administration is to create an environment that enables them to achieve their academic dreams. On infrastructure, the Vice Chancellor acknowledged that classroom accommodation remains a challenge for the university. He announced that the library, which contains many classrooms, will be rehabilitated with funding from TETFund and that work will commence in the next few months. The Vice Chancellor added that Unical is also a beneficiary of the federal government needs assessment initiative, which will further support upgrades to facilities across campus. The Vice Chancellor said Unical is positioning itself through international partnerships and has been designated as a center of excellence in robotics and artificial intelligence as well as cybersecurity sciences. He explained the robust collaboration with foreign partners are ongoing to place the university on the global map for academic excellence and innovation. For student support, Professor Ofyong urged students to take advantage of the federal government's NEL Fund loan scheme to fund their studies. He assured them that all bottlenecks that previously hindered access have been cleared by the university administration. The Vice Chancellor urged students to build basic entrepreneurial skills through the Entrepreneurship Development Center, noting that such skills will position them as job creators instead of job seekers. Responding to a question on students' union politics, the 12th Vice Chancellor said he has no interest in interfering in the process and believes students should freely elect their own leaders. My administration is committed to transparency and the overall well-being of students, he added. This is from the Public Relations Unit to the University of Calabar. Now, what do you make out of this?
Okay, so just yesterday, I actually applied for transcripts, and then I had an email from transcript department. And trust me, it's so fun, it's so interesting, so hallelujah. But then I think the financial implications is what I have more concern about. Okay, so if the vice chancellor would step down some of the charges, knowing very well that the situation of things in the country is very, very disturbing, I think it will go a long way. However, the vice chancellor made a comment that he has just been just 6 months in office, and as such, he couldn't just jump up to consider either readjusting school charges and all of that. But I think it's quite important for the management team to please do something in that regards, because it's really biting for most of us who really want to further our academic pursuit. It's really biting and all of that. And for those already on ground, well, we just hope that the management would reconsider. And then in terms of academic and then restructuring of school policies, and also working on getting more new school blocks, lecture blocks. I think it's a welcome development, and we really anticipate to see this, in his administration, knowing very well that you just have a period of 4 to 5 years, to spend. So you do not need to seek for second term, not like the government or politicians out there who will be like, I want to come back again for second term, and then second term I will now come and do painting, and then I will do roofing, and then third term I will now start or abandon projects and all of that. So and I really love to see in his administration starting a project and finishing that project. We don't want to see abandoned projects and all
We've
of
already
that.
seen projects
Yeah.
already taking place.
Yeah, so we want to see all of his projects being carried out, especially the revamping of this open pavilion. Yeah, I don't know. The past administration, we have wished to see that place renovated, because that place totally collapsed during her administration. And then we saw how a lot of renovations were supposed to take place there, but we don't really know what actually happened, why that place have not been renovated till date.
The library.
No, we're talking about the open pavilion.
Even the library.
Knowing very well that a lot of schools, a lot of lectures are actually ongoing in that place. And then the library, we also see in the past administration,
The last time,
despite asking students to evacuate and lecturers.
the last time I heard about that was there was a huge sound heard from the inside of the library, and we should evacuate that place. So we started using, instead of using, because I knew I used the e-library to write my pursuit before.
Okay.
And also, I think one of my JSS courses in year one, they said we should move to the Academic Publishing Center to write our exams now, since the e-library is facing threats of collapsing anytime soon. So since I heard that, then imagine when I was in one. When I was in one was in, I think, 2022 or so. Imagine since then. Since then, the library is still standing and there's no collapse.
Yeah, it has not collapsed. No, it's based on the pressures.
Yeah. So we should actually
block.
look into that, because having a full large building that we can't do anything, and it's a very, very important building, because it's an e-library. It has a lot of important properties inside there. Monitors, books on different things. I know that I've entered there and I've seen the way it's so arranged. I really admired the library then. When we were told not to enter again, I was like, I was very saddened, because I really look forward to going there to get books to read and everything. But we should actually look into the restructuring of that said environment, because half of it is on the ground, and I feel like it's a big project that, if taken upon, if it's finished, it's a whole new thing for the school space. So this is a welcome development, that he's dedicated to reforming and restructuring the classrooms, because at the end of the day, if somebody can sit down comfortably and learn properly, not only arranging chairs, fixing the chairs and everything, also the fans too.
Yeah.
Fans, because there's sometimes when it can be so hot. A student would averagely want to choose between staying inside a hot classroom and going outside to seek cooler shelter somewhere else. And most of the times they will choose the cooler shelter, because at the end of the day they will feel like they can get notes and everything. So making the environments, the classrooms you sit down, conducive enough is something that we actually look forward to seeing. The next top story is from the Cross River State Police Command. The Cross River State Police Command wishes to inform the general public that the Nigerian Police Force Cross River State Command will conduct a routine shooting range exercise on the 5th of June, that is on Friday, tomorrow, at Asabanka, Anyaganze Community, Akpabio Local Government Area, commencing at 8 a.m. The exercise forms part of the command's ongoing efforts to retrain police personnel on proper weapon handling, inspect service arms, and access other operational equipment in line with professional policing standards and best practices. Members of the public are hereby advised not to panic at the sight of increased police presence or the sound of gunfire, as officers will be actively engaged in the exercise within the designated area. Furthermore, residents, farmers, hunters, and passerbys are strongly advised to stay away from the shooting range and its immediate surroundings throughout the duration of the exercise. This precautionary measure is necessary to prevent accidental exposure to stray bullets and to avoid any psychological distress that may result from the sound of gunshots. The command appreciates the understanding, patience, and continued cooperation of members of the public and reassures all residents of its commitment to ensuring the safety and security of lives and properties across the state. Signed by ASP Etukpa Sunday Akata, the police public relations officer for the Commissioner of Police, Cross River State Command.
Yeah.
You heard it here.
Yeah.
Be careful.
Be very careful. Yeah. So I
Because
think.
I know a gunshot can be heard from a mile away.
Yeah.
Like, a gunshot can be heard from a mile away.
No,
If you
talk
shoot
about increasing gunshots and all of that.
exactly like multiple gunshots.
Multiple gunshots.
If
Yeah.
you've seen shooting ranges in movies, they themselves wear headsets to block their ears from increasing sounds. So as much as possible, please stay away from those shooting ranges. And I actually hope that shooting range is a considerable distance away from residential areas. It's not somewhere that is like sharing fence
Okay.
with a building. To avoid us reporting that there was misfire. How do they call it? Accidental discharge. That's what they'll call it. Please be careful as much as possible. I feel like it's a good one that we can even read out the fact that they want to do something and they're now telling you that they want to they are training their new police recruits, police officers that are coming on board into the Nigerian police force, and I let you know that in part of that training is going to be a shooting range is going to be part of it. And you know how if you heard a gunshot before, you know how it sounds. It can go a wide range. Like somebody in main gate can hear it at somewhere like VC's gate or so.
So
Can
I
hear a
think
gunshot from there. So as much as possible, be careful.
be careful. Yeah. On my own part, also, let me digress a little bit. For you out there, because you have your phone, you have data, and then you have smartphones, right? Yeah, does not and should not automatically make you a content creator using that as a yardstick, because we're going to see a lot of security operatives driving in from Calabar down there and all of that. So don't go and put up any negative narratives out there and give misinformations. So ensure that you stick to the rules. They say don't come close, and they have talked about hunters, they've talked about farmers, they've talked about residents of that area. For those who live around that area, they know that this is a routine kind of activities from the Nigerian police. Okay, so please stay away from those areas. We don't want to hear anything like accidental discharge. Oh, I didn't hear. Well, I think before now, they usually have town criers go around, giving out informations and then sounding warnings.
I feel like you raised a very, very important topic, because some people will literally hear the gunshots and be like, hey, something's happening, and then they'll panic and they'll start running. And then the next thing, they will now video that police officers are there. Then the next thing, it will now go viral and it will now be giving the police PR will now have to come and be debunking some things that wouldn't have been, that's not supposed to be. So please, if you see something, confirm before you say something. Confirm before you say it, because I know that it's not only going to be read out here, it's going to be put up on the relevant and credible sources of information. So it's not as if it's just going to be read here. There's also, it's going to be on our social media platforms afterwards, so that you would get this is the credible information, this is accurate information that you need to have. Do not panic when you see an aggregate number of police officers in one place, because they want to do training. They're undergoing training. So as much as possible, stay away. Keep your children away too, because there's some children that don't know how to stay at a particular place. So as much as possible, keep your eyes on your children in case they are not going to school or anything. Keep your eyes on your children so that we will not have to report any negative thing from that area. The police training is supposed to go smoothly, and that is why information is disbursed here for us to tell to you guys. Going back to the music, when we come back, we'll take you through the conversation of the day segment of the show. This is 24K Magic by Bruno Mars. Do not touch that dial. We'll be back before you know it. 24K Magic by Bruno Mars. Welcome back from that music break. It is still the Morning Bowl Show on Unica Radio International, 103.5 FM. It is 25 minutes past the hour of 9, and we're going straight to the conversation of the day segment. So, we just had our SUG elections concluded recently, the Unical SUG elections, and in this presidential race, here are the winners that emerged victorious. Ebong Vodina Francis from the Department of Political Science in Thompson's department emerged winner with.
How did you know that's my department?
They don't talk on
I
like
did
different
I did
times.
education and political science.
They
Political
don't
science
talk
is
am
not my
different
major.
times. It's not.
It's not my department
Oh,
per
now
se.
political science.
Oh, I
Thank you.
see. Huh, politician.
Anyways, he emerged winner with 1,298 votes.
Okay.
That is 59%, defeating Enyo Fem Eta with 569 votes, which is 26%, and Ibinha Godswill Okon with 348 votes, 16%. For the vice president, Ebeji Uchechukwu Pascaline secured victory with 1,400 votes, 63%, ahead of Onyekachi Princess Chidinma with 544 votes, 25%, and Israel Ozana Chinemema with 271 votes, 12%. Candidates elected unopposed include Enya Victory Ebula, Security General, Jacob Goodluck Kingsley, Deputy Secretary General, Deputy Secretary General, Effiong Blossom Edem, Financial Secretary, Eze Fabian Ejike, Director of Welfare, Edema Jude Ibang, the Director of Information, and Ugonna Stephen Ikechukwu, Director of Sports, each polling 2,215 votes, 100%. In the Director of Socials election, Egbe Peter Eni defeated Isaac Benjamin Koko, polling 1,868 votes against 347 votes. Out of 41,155 registered voters, 2,215 students participated in the election, representing a voter turnout of approximately 5%. Kueko commended students for their peaceful conduct and expressed confidence in the newly elected leadership abilities to serve. Let me take that again. Kweku commended students for their peaceful conduct and expressed confidence in the newly elected leaders' ability to serve the student community effectively. Now, a whole lot happened during the election time. I mean, for one, I tried voting and I could not vote like a couple of times. They said, and I saw on my class group that the link is jammed. A lot of students want to vote in and stuff like that. And it made me remember before this election, before the debate happened, a particular caller called in and said that why not take this thing to a physical level where we can see and know that we voted this and this vote is going to be counted and everything. Because imagine out of over 41,000 registered voters, only 2,000 students were able to vote. So now the question is, now that the elections are over, what should be the top 3 priorities for the newly elected SUG administration, considering the challenges facing students at the University of Calabar? What are the top 3 priorities for the newly elected SUG administration, considering the challenges facing students? There are a lot of challenges. If you reach the average students, they have one challenge or the other. Maybe portal issues with school delay, with delayed registration, delayed exams. There are different challenges facing any Malabites and Malabres. So what top 3 priorities should the newly elected SUG administration focus on or consider? Get to talk to us on 0809 009440058. You can send a text message to that number or send a WhatsApp message to that same number, or you can call us on our studio phone lines, or you can easily drop a comment on our live stream. On Facebook, we are Unical Rain International, and on YouTube, we are Unical Rain. Search us up and drop a comment if you want to on our live stream. Under our live stream, I will read it out here today and we'll get your thoughts on this. So what do you feel like should be the top priorities that this SUG elected individuals should focus on, because I mean in every administration they won't do everything. So what thing do you feel like they should focus on that would be commendable and would, create large impact in the student union government? Okay, we have a call. Hello, good morning, Mr. Casey.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. My good people, I greet you this morning. Mr. Thompson,
Good morning,
time
sir.
don't reach.
Yeah, good to
Time
have
don't
you.
reach. Time don't reach.
Thank
I
you.
told you that these people, they need to carry them young.
Oh,
Okay,
so we missed that call
we
then.
lost him. Please, in case you are listening to us, please endeavor to call us back so that we'll get your thoughts on this particular conversation. So, Thompson, what priorities do you feel like they should actually focus on?
Well,
Because
I
there's
think,
a wide range of things that needs to be done in
yeah.
the student union government space. The management is trying to do their own part. It's trying to, do their own in terms of conducive learning environment, proper academic excellence in the university space. But the HG has their own role to play. So what priorities do you feel like they need to, focus on?
Well, I think first of all, it has to do with what did they promise Nigerian students that they want to do. Yeah, the director of welfare have assured that the welfare of students will be taken care of. He's going to do this. He's going to partner with organization. He's going to render services. He's going to ensure that hostels are clean. He's going to ensure that Unica streets are clean. He's going to ensure that classrooms, blocks are clean, and all of that. So, Oga, time don't reach. Once you're inaugurated, we just want you to sit and tell us, okay, this is what the other guy, the step aside guy, have been able to do, and this is what you want to build on. So it's incumbent in them. The vice president also, what's going to be your relationship with the respective local government, wives of local government chairmen or chair ladies who are also heads of
I think
administrators,
Pascaline dwelt
and
more
also
on health.
okay.
Yeah, she dwelt more on
Yeah,
health.
because those that's something that is very obtainable. And then how are you going to work with commissioners? How are you going to work with all of these organizations in ensuring that you strike a balance between your academy and then your role to play in terms of helping out students, and all of that. The STD president, what are some of those things you're going to be doing from the national down to the states, from local governments and all of that? So forgetting not the fact that you're still pursuing your academy. Okay, so don't leave that one side. But however, what's more key and what's more important is your abilities to ensure that, according to one of the presidential aspirants debate back then, he say, I will attack when I need to attack. I'll defend when I need to defend. I'll also negotiate, compromise when you need to compromise, but not to the detriment of the students. And we are not saying attack in the sense that you begin to increase or rebel against the administrations, knowing very well that, guy, your first purpose there is to go to school. Every other thing is to ensure that you organize. When there are meetings, when there are events in the school and the management say we need students, the management should not be the one coming out to start canvassing for students. You should create and build a relationship. In fact, if I have my way, I'll ask the management to take away these vehicles from them. I think, and give that bus is enough. They should operate in just one bus.
Okay.
So they'll be able to walk in the
Have a
street.
call.
Students should see you. Yeah. Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes,
Okay,
Mr.
welcome
Nelson.
back. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, Sharon. As I was talking before, my lady get interrupted.
Oh, sorry about that.
Yes, these guys have been elected. Good and fine.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yes.
For the ESCO and those who are presiding officer and the electoral committee. We thank God and everything goes smoothly and no violence.
Yeah.
So, but then, what I want them to focus on is to match word with action.
Yes.
Are you getting my point?
Mm.
All
Okay.
those things they have during their campaign promises. This is the time for them to sit down, see their template or blueprint,
Yeah.
and look at it and then start doing it, implementing all of them. Knowing it fully well that no given time now, the Luga game is coming up, and this is something has to do with different universities.
Okay.
You understand? Their body, they are not going to come here to come and see mess up, hostel messing up, road messing up, everywhere messing up. You understand? They should look inwardly and see how they could put things in order.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? Knowing it
Exactly.
fully well. If they get it right in university environment, when they come out here, they will get it right.
Okay.
Surely. Because country that is ours, we no live, no transfer.
Okay.
You understand? We are like police waiting for barrack. When soldier go, soldier come.
Barrack still remains a
what is
barrack.
happening in the University of Calabar. Thank you for having me this
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Casey.
Yeah. So just like most of us who have gone past a certain level, but we're still here again to embark on another level again. We'll still come back again to embark on another level. So whatever thing you do in the university community as a leader, it will be there for till, in fact, your end of life on earth. Okay. And even after that, we'll still be talking about you. So you have to be impact creative. You have to ensure that you work together. I was saying on the other hand that if I have my way, we will take off these personal cars they are actually driving and allow them to walk in the streets of the university, so that students will interact, students will meet them, students will, begin to feel their presence. All the time you see them on tinted. And on the other hand, if they must use that car, I think they should pull off this tinted emblem on that car. It should be plain. We know it is, of course, the number plate is there. And at some point in time, there was one is some of them that will cover the number plate. Why are you covering it? For what? I think that stuff should have to stop.
The plate number
Put
is
it
SUG
open.
president.
Yeah, it's SUG, the Student Union Government Vehicle. So keep it open. Leave your glasses to be plain. We don't want it tinted. I personally don't want it tinted. Okay, so I just want to see you. If you drive past, if you can't stop by, to greet students, gone are the days where a Student Union Government president passes and stops by, greet students. If it is water, you provide. If you have, if you don't, fine. That little courtesy you're going to give to student goes a long way. I think there have been a lot of disconnect over time between Student Union Government president and students. At some point in time, you hardly see the Student Union Government president walking around or even relating with students and all of that. It's not okay. It doesn't make any sense.
Well, here's my ideology on this thing here. If you have nothing to hide, if you know you've done well, if you know you're going to do well, there's nothing that would make you afraid of walking around the people that you are leading.
Yeah.
Because
nobody's going to come after your life.
I've
I don't
forgotten
know.
this particular Asian country. Yeah? This particular president, or is it prime minister also, takes the bus with
that's
like
what
he occasionally
happened.
takes the
It's
bus.
not like here where
most of
you
the
have
time.
to put all your just like the wife of the president. Whenever he's going on a visit, you see a lot of convoy. Not to talk about even councillors these days.
I think what he said was, I want to feel the pains of my citizens. I want to feel
That
the
way
pains
you
of
can
people
lead
that I'm
well.
leading, so I will know what
If
to
all the
do.
time you're inside that car, how would you know what is happening
Exactly.
in some of these blocks? How would you know if students are having issues in some of their classrooms? As you walk by and see, you can stop by.
Now, speaking on the relationship between SUG government and the students, I feel like SUG should be this gap between, should bridge the gap between the management and the students.
Yeah.
That it's not everything that the management will do that will sit right with the students, and it's the job of the SUG executives to bridge that gap. Let there be communication, let there be negotiation. Dating back to the time, I've forgotten his name, this particular SUG president after Tyrone Bassey.
Okay.
It was the time that we protested for hiking school fees. He sat with the then VC Florence Obi and sat down and had negotiation. There was negotiation. It talked after the whole peaceful protest and everything. There was negotiations, and the guy he carried the pains and plight of the students. I was where I was, and I was hearing that there was a president that was mobilizing students to actually embark on peaceful protests. And Menge, I think Menge asked this also.
Yeah.
And he was saying this thing that we're doing, this increase in school fees, is not going to favor any student in university space.
But funny how it still all went down.
Yeah,
We still had the increase and,
we
and
had
all
the
of that.
increase,
So
but it was not as much as it
as
would
much
have
as it
been.
was,
My school
it's
fees
just
were
a game
increased by
plan.
200%.
Yeah, it's just a game plan. It's just a game plan.
Exactly.
But however,
But it wasn't still increased as much as it threatened to increase then. So my own point is that SUG government ought to be servants to the students that they are leading, bridge the gap between the university management and the students. Whatever, like people come down, like broadcast media come down to tell people, like what the SSA did yesterday, telling people that okay, this is what we are doing, this is what we are doing, and something like that. You don't just do things in government and then expect that we should automatically know that they are doing something. We should have communication, and people communication with the people that you are leading. You're not just, because the next thing we usually hear is, okay, they have cars now, they will not want to relate to the students anymore. Most of them will not even want to be on campus for like a very long time. Most of them want to go to places that need serious help. In terms of welfare of the students, it starts with how clean the environment, university environment is. There's some places in university environment that there are still some places that there are things littered on the floor. Imagine me passing a particular space and then there are dirty nylons on the floor, littered everywhere. It starts with the cleanliness of the environment, the cleanliness of the classrooms. That is another thing. People will just stay and dump things where they are not supposed to. Having covering those particular things is another one. Then director of socials, the University of Calabar space, it's not only education, academics
yeah,
will do. There are also social events that we could also engage in, attracting people that would come, because when they see that the university space is a space that is open and welcome to peaceful social connections and activities, we will be open to more collaborations from maybe sister campuses and whatever. Then, forgetting the last point left my head immediately. Also, yes, the director of sports too. In our university space,
as we are preparing for Noga games.
not just Nuga games. Let's just keep that one on the table, but we keep it aside first. We have people that do not engage in sporting activities at all in university space, and it has to be balanced. In every university space, it has to be balanced. Outside the country, it is part of your grade. You do sports, you do extracurricular activities, either you're involved in a club or humanitarian service.
Yeah.
Yes, you're involved in one service or the other apart from your school work. So everything works hand in hand, because everything works hand in hand to make sure that the students' well-being is secured. Not every time you're reading book, you be coming for classes, you see people running for classes every time. It is going to become dry at the end of the day, because all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy.
Okay.
So we should encourage more inter-sporting activities, healthy ones, because most of the times, if in a football match, you would see that if one team loses, the next thing is fights. The next thing to start is an argument, a fight, that this shouldn't have happened and whatever. We need to encourage more healthy competitions, more intra competitions in the university space with not people that are just closely related, because most of the times we have maybe some medical courses competing with each other. We can have law competing with medicine and surgery competing with education sciences, education sciences competing with oceanography. Let it be wide. Let everybody have a role to play. Let everybody be involved in each activity, and we should also encourage more sporting activities in university space. I mean, there's already a table tennis court. A table tennis table. There's a table at the black and white field. There's basketball court. There's a volleyball court. But if people are not there with the right equipment, nothing is going to be done about it. Nothing is going to be done. That place is going to be just there, just dry. So we need to encourage more sporting activities in the university space too, amongst other things that we are supposed to do. Because your SUG does not mean you are now the number one. You are now on top. You will no longer want to talk to the people that voted you in. And also, I feel like this thing of students being registered, and then those same students are not the ones that voted people in. You can imagine having 41,000 registered voters
And less than
and
3,000 can decide.
5% voted. So it's more like as if the university was not involved in the voting process to even start with. That was one of my issues on these online voting and everything, because I experienced serious hitches when I wanted to log into the portal. I could not vote. I tried up to 4 good times. They said, "Oh, we're requesting for email." I waited for email. Went back. I logged in again, refreshed, came back again, until I think after some time I was able to vote. I almost gave up and left the portal because I don't like all the stress, and then I was doing other things. So I don't want to be sitting down on one thing, on one link like that. So it was a whole lot for me to vote. And imagine how it's only 2,000 votes that were counted to elect these said individuals. A lot needs to be done in that regard
Well,
before the next section
I
election.
think I could say there have been a lot of improvement, because I know of a particular one that had less than 1,000 votes, to be emerged as the leader. But there again, I think this is not really a good one. It doesn't really show that we are actually improving in, bringing or bridging the gap between what we experience there and what is actually happening outside there. If students cannot feel interested to be participate in elections in the school, then I wonder how they'll feel outside there, participating in elections, in voting for their leaders. But amidst of all, I think I'll just quickly say big congratulations to everyone, and then we wish them the very best in office. And then thank you to the ELECO board for such a tremendous work. But most importantly is the fact that we just want to say we look forward to see the changes that you're going to bring in the University of Calabar space.
Congratulations to every executive that was elected. Like Thompson said, we look forward to seeing your impact in the university space and your impact in the lives of Malabites and Malabreses that voted you into the space. Now we're going back to the music. When we come back, Obi Thompson will take us through the newspaper review segment of the Morning Buzz. This is Dance Monkey by Tones and I. Do not touch that dial. Will be back before you know it. Dance Monkey by Tones and I. Welcome back from that music break. It is still the Morning Boss Show on Unical 103.5 FM. And we're moving straight to the newspaper review segment of the show. Obi Thompson, what you have for us today?
Okay, so thank you and welcome to the newspaper segments of the Morning Boss Show. And we have to just tell you the big stories in each of these newspaper, and then you out there do all you can to go read them in details out there. So first we start with the Daily Sun. Don't forget today is the fourth day in the month of June, 2026, and the Daily Sun is has it here as the biggest story here. NLC threatens total strike over terrorism. Okay, Nigeria Labour Congress have actually threatened total strike over terrorism. I don't know why they should be announcing it. I don't know why they should be begging that they need to go on strike. But however, the Guardian newspaper is up next with the biggest stories here. We have worsening insecurity raises concerns over Ametukun capacity and funding. Okay, I'll read all of that on page 6 of the Guardian newspaper. Don't forget we have other big stories over there. The Nigerian Tribune newspaper is up next with the biggest stories. Court sentences 4 to death over 2022 Owo church attack. Okay, read all of that on page 3, talking about the inside the road to justice. All right, so the Daily Trust newspaper is up next here with the biggest stories we have. Again, gunmen adopt student in Zamfara. Read all of this on page 6 of the Daily Trust newspaper this morning. We also have from the Daily Times, we had court sentence of a Catholic church terrorist to death by hanging. Okay, so the Punch newspaper is up next here with the biggest stories we have. Over 600 pupils, teachers, adopted despite 145 billion naira safe school scheme. Yes, you had the money, right? 145 billion naira safe school scheme. Yeah, despite all of these funds, despite all of these bogus amounts of money, we have 600 pupils and teachers adopted. And now read all of that on page 3 of the Punch newspaper this morning. We also have from the First Daily here a shock as gunmen kidnap ex-minister Adelabu's sister and twin children in Ibadan. Okay, trust Nigerians, go up there on social media, look out for these stories and then read the details, especially the comment section of this particular adoption. You will see what Nigerians are actually saying out there. Okay, so right away here, the Nation newspaper is up next with the biggest stories we have. Killers of 40 church worshippers sentenced to death by hanging. Okay, read all of that on page 26 of the Nation newspaper. The New Telegraph is up next. I'm still talking about the NLC, which have threatened a nationwide action over rising adoptions and backs teacher strike. Okay, so NLC have actually, promised to go on, strike actions over the teachers, adoptions. Okay, so right away here, the News Direct has it here as NERC. Okay, net billing and opens power grid to solar producers. Okay, so that's pretty much what we're doing from the newspaper segments. But before we go, let's quickly take our sport lovers to the Punch Sports Extra this morning with the biggest stories here. We have 2025-2026 team of the season. Congratulations. We are having a lot of big guys here on the very team that have been put all together. Don't forget that SAT Nigeria, said Nigeria, not at World Cup. Okay, so he said that Nigeria is actually not at World Cup, and this is coming from Onachu. Flick wins La Liga Coach of the Year. Congratulations, my guy. Chelsea set 70 million euro for Kukwera Creek Tack. Okay, congratulations over there. Arsenal battle Bavent for Brown as Saka backs Lewandowski for Old Trafford. That's pretty much what we're doing from the newspaper segment of the Morning Boss Show. Don't forget to visit your vendors and, of course, read all of these informations and details out there.
Okay, so due to lack of time, we're going to go straight to the quote of the day. The quote of the day is: your attitude today can shape the opportunities you attract tomorrow. Your attitude today can shape the opportunities you attract tomorrow. I'm sure I have reiterated this a couple of times at the beginning of the show that you should um face every challenge with a positive attitude, and trust me, it will do way better than with a negative attitude. So your attitude today can shape the opportunities you attract tomorrow. Be positive in everything that you're doing, in your attitude, in your mindset, in whatever you place yourself in, whatever situation and opportunity you find yourself in. Tackle everything with a positive attitude. And that's the much we can take for the Morning Bus Show today. We do this with you every weekday from 7:30 to 10 a.m. We are the Morning Bus Show with me, Sharon Antigaita, and Obi Thompson. Trust us to be your best morning companions. Catch us again tomorrow by the same time, same station, Unica 103.5 FM. Let's leave it with a little something to, get you grooving this morning. This is Wanna Be Starting Something by Michael Jackson. Remember, it's a throwback edition of the show today. So we are going to be giving you classics from way back. Enjoy the rest of your morning. And this is me saying goodbye and have a happy day ahead.